Welcome back to Attack on Titan Anime Review, episode number 56. This is I'm reviewing the final episode of Cour 2 of the Attack on Titan final season. Episode is technically 87th episode of the anime, The Dawn of Humanity. I did check this. This episode covers pretty much the first 27 pages of chapter 123 as the beginning portion, as a most of the way through the episode type of thing. Oh yeah, they actually used this particular one. By the way, the chapter's called Island of Devils. Yes, they actually adapted part of this chapter for episode 80. And I was curious though, like, when am I going to get back to basically, like, adapting the rest of this damn chapter? And then here this episode they do. And then of course basically the episode does technically cover pretty much in a way like the rest of chapter 130. And that's it. Yeah, so it starts out with Mikasa on the ship from last episode, where she's basically thinking like what Eren could do differently. And we cut to a flashback. Yes, a flashback of the Survey Corps wearing suits. And you see Hange wearing a suit. Even wearing pants. Yeah, the thing with Zoe Hange is the fact that the writer himself has clarified this character as gender neutral, despite the fact the anime, and clearly by just by her appearance, it's clearly a woman. And of course, Mikasa is there wearing a nice white business suit, like with a skirt. I thought that was quite nice. The fact the anime basically just made one of these little ruffled ones. And of course, Sasha's wearing it, obviously, because she's a woman. Yep. And they're just basically hang out on the street for a bit, have some ice cream. Eren's basically off in space a lot of the time, wondering a way to get away from them. And then pretty much like, it's like a normal, like, everyone's like shocked to see a car. Though mostly put, that's a Model T. Yes, because Marley is up technology of World War One, while their country, the Island Paradise, is basically more like the Middle Ages. And apparently they've never seen a horse before. No, seriously, not a horse. They've never seen a car before. And apparently the only person who has seen a car, well, he's read about it, is Zoe Hange. Because she basically is like, oh, hi, car. Yes, seriously, this is what they do. And then they hang out on the market for quite a while. Yep, they hang out on the market for a little while until they have to run away because basically a little boy, who by the way is, from appearance-wise, could be Arabic based upon his hat he wears and of his dark skin color. The hat he's wearing is called Seraph. And mostly put here, the only people we see wearing those hats are Shriners. Yep. I'm sure it's somewhat very common for Arabs basically to wear it out of the Middle East. Some of them probably wear them, but mostly, I think it's mostly people who are not the elite who wear those. Mostly. And of course they try to sell Sasha's purse, which simply is a money bag. Yes, seriously. Sasha, despite the fact wearing, every hero is wearing modern, early 20th century clothing. And they carry around a purse, is what they call it. It's simply a bag of coins. You would think while they were here, they would buy a purse for the ladies. But they don't. They buy ice cream. And of course they run away. And then of course they go to visit Mikasa's relative, who, by the way, they actually changed a little bit of its location here. In the manga, it's just a normal looking house. In the anime, it's got guards in front of it. I'm like, that was an interesting change. Yes, that is actually not existing in the manga. And the room they're in is mostly the same here. And it goes outside. They do change the positioning of Eren and Mikasa. In the manga, Mikasa is on the, if I remember correctly, I think she's on the right, and Eren's on the left. Actually, she was on the left, Eren was on the right. In the anime, same dialogue, they swap positions. Yeah, the first anime I've seen is where they basically swap like panel position. Yes. And of course, like, he asked her the obvious question. I think anime only people why ask this question. Why do you care about me? Like, is it because something else? Because I said you when we were kids, or family? And then she responds, family. Of course, in present day, she regrets saying that because Mikasa is obviously in love with Eren. And then the Eren guy shows up, invites everybody there. They go out drinking and basically party, and they wake up next morning. Now they do change where they were standing here. You see, in the manga, they were standing. They still have a position of Mikasa, Eren, and Armin on the floor. Same position, except that what they did here is they swapped the floor position. Like, they just turned the floor in different direction and had the characters coming from like a different angle. It looks like coming where the feet are instead of coming where the head is. I'm like, that was interesting. Yep. And they mentioned the whole thing about this conference, about this group possibly get rid of this little plan, this globalization, this plan to eradicate all aliens' ability to have children. And this guy basically is like, seems like he's very, very useful, very much basically protecting aliens, until he calls out the fact that Paradise Island basically is Island of Devils. And it was at this very conference that Eren disappeared, and according to Mikasa, never saw him again until what happened toward the end of the very first arc adapted for this particular season. Yeah, that was the next time she saw him. Was that time. We also do show a flashback of Eren talking to Zeke about the plan. Of course, you have him talking to some other guy, which, by the way, they do change what they're sitting on. In the manga, they're sitting on 2 separate beds. In the anime, it looks like they're sitting on 2 stools. Not really sure why they changed that for. I thought that was kind of weird. And then we see Eren talking to Historia. Now, the way it's presented in the manga, it's like a flashback film. In the anime, it's presented as normal it's like normal stuff here. Now, you might be asking, did they change the position where Eren and Historia are standing from the manga to the anime? No, there wasn't any change here. And mostly put, it's exactly the same. Like, talk about Zeke being fed to her. Mostly unchanged dialogue here. I think it was like after this, and then it cuts to like some present day stuff we have toward the end of the first part of our first arc that was adapted for the season. And then we actually get kind of an explanation of how Eren got the way he was when he first saw him this season with the damaged eye and the removal of foot. He did that to himself. Yeah, he used a knife to cut part of his own leg where his foot is, and he stabbed himself in the eye to get those injuries. It could have been from some random battle. Oh no, the way they show it here, he did it to himself. Which, yeah, they kind of show him starting to. It looked like he kind of did finish off screen, which thank God they didn't show it. Or him stabbing himself in the eye with this, whatever this golden thing is he stabbed himself with. And then, of course, like, right after that, basically, we just have, well, we cut to Marley. Yes, clearly Marley, based on the uniforms we see. Well, mostly the coastline, where we see a bunch of Navy ships. Yes, Navy ships. Firing their turret guns at the Titans. Take out a small number of that. I'd say about 10 of them, maybe, because there's like 80 of these freaking wall Titans. Small number are basically destroyed to pieces. And they are minorly successful at stopping this stuff. They're just slow and inevitable. And they do show these guys getting fried by the steam. And eventually, the Founding Titan makes freaking land, like basically Eren in the attack. They call him the Attack Titan, despite the fact this is not the Attack Titan form. This is the Founding Titan form. Once again, they mistake it for the Attack Titan. Mostly because of the face. But the ability is the Founding Titan. The appearance-wise. And we see him basically where he's basically made it to the Marley shoreline. And that's where the episode ends. And there's no new episode next week. Nope. As for why this episode was delayed, I'm not really sure. I didn't get a chance to read the article about that. But definitely was a good episode. Nice way to end this Cur. Because it was announced 2 days ago, if I was get a chance to watch this yesterday, I wanted a chance to tell it. They did announce a part 3. Good. Here's bad news. It's not going to start until early 2023. Yeah, we're going to have to wait 9 months for the next part to finally finish adapting this. It would have been better if they did it later on this year. Nope, we had to wait 9 freaking months for this damn thing. I'm like, really? Like, here's the thing. As of right now, they have adapted the first 130. They've adapted chapter 130. They have only 9 chapters left. So, does this mean that the last Cur is going to be 9 episodes? It's possible. But we kind of got basically another anime confirmed for next year. I'd say this makes 2 currently confirmed for next year. So far, the only anime confirmed for next year that I can think of is Jujutsu Kaisen. Yes. Let me just make sure of that, just be sure. Because, excuse me, I do not want to get this wrong. Because I know it was renewed for season 2. I think it's supposed to come out next year, if I'm not mistaken. Excuse me. Yep. Next year. What you thinking? Interesting. Yep. They did confirm a season 2 for this one, and it's set to come out next year. So, overall, at least 2 anime confirmed from next year, which is going to be interesting to say the least. Yes. I don't know what else is confirmed for next year. It was suggested that Konosuba might come out next year, season 3, mind you. Konosuba! Yeah. It was announced last year. Now, as for when it's going to come out, who the heck freaking knows? I'm at least happy the fact they actually announced they're going to do another season. Yes. But it's heavily rumored for either 2023 or 2024. There's no immediate confirmation about that. Yeah. But yeah, so far only 2 are confirmed for next year. I have not heard anything any further of any other anime confirmed for next year. No, seriously, I've heard virtually nothing. Yeah. So yeah, not much I'll say about this episode. It's good. And can't wait for Cur 2. Well, Cur 2. Cur 3, well, they call it Part 3. And they did say this is going to be the last one. The last part. Because a lot of people thought this was going to be the last part. But nope, they did not finish. I kept saying, like, they're not going to finish. At all. Like, the episode, like, they're not finished. We need a Part 3 or we need more episodes of this one. And, well, we got Part 3. And that's the best, basically, they can do for this one. Give it Part 3. But I still have this theory that we're only going to get, like, 9 episodes to pretty much cover this. Well, understandable, because the fact there's only 9 chapters left. So, they might either one of 2 things. They might do 9 episodes, or they might have the last chapter being a 2-parter. It's possible. But all depends upon what MAPPA does. Like, why the heck would they wait 9 months to release this thing? I don't know. It's almost like they were completely unexpected about this. It's like this can completely out of the blue for them. Like, oh. Like, we thought this episode was enough. Nope, we gotta do our part because we still can't finish the damn manga. Okay, whatever. It's by far the only anime I've come across where they confirm a Part 3 for a season. Yeah, and by the way, with this episode that aired, basically, Dawn of Humanity, this makes the 28th episode of the season, which makes this by far not only the longest season for episodes, probably, because of Part 3, but also the longest runtime. Oh, yes, definitely. Because here's the thing. They start airing this like a little over a year ago. Oh gosh, yes. Like, though the English aired it was actually like a year ago. Yeah. So it was December 2020. That's when they start airing this damn thing. And still, well, still haven't finished. Like, in just like a little over a year, I'd say like a year and like 4 months, they have only released 20 episodes, and they've almost got this done, but they still can't finish it. Yes, I still kind of think that they should have added more than just doing freaking 12. Yeah. So we're getting basically stuff we had, the bullcrap we had in the previous season of the show, having a part that lasts only 12 episodes. Yep. That's up just okay. So that's it. We have one more review I'm going to do tonight, and I'm going to call it a night for tonight after that. Okay, next video. Bye.